Hey everybody, want to do a quick video. There's not a whole lot of YouTube videos out there on the Geissele charging handle, maybe a few, so I thought I'd add my input. So basically, long story short, if you want to make this really brief, it's pretty awesome. In fact, it's so awesome I bought two, and I got one right here. Because I wanted to have one for both the Daniel Defense Mark 18 upper and my 300 blackout upper. Basically, there's a couple features. There's a couple of reasons why I like it. One of the reasons why I like it. Here's my SBR, stamped SBR. So don't freak out, ATF. But to me, for some reason, it just feels really smooth. It's just really smooth. It's kind of about the feel of it. But it doesn't matter if you grab this side, or it doesn't matter if you grab this side. It's still going to actuate. So each side you do, or both, it's going to work. So yeah, it's just overall a great charging handle in my opinion. So let's just go ahead and get this new one out of the package. The features that the other question is going to be the Airborne or the Super charging handle, and there's a reason why I got two of the Airbornes and not the Super. That main reason is that, well, I'll get to that when I start talking about some of the old classic favorites of charging handles. I think that the Geissele charging handle has dethroned the longtime favorite Raptor. I do still like this. I still think it's great. But the Geissele is just better. It just is. One of the main reasons for that is it does have this little ridge right here that is supposed to, and it does, block the gases when you're shooting suppressed. So if you don't have a suppressor, you're never going to have a suppressor, you're not really going to care about that, but having this right here to block the gases when you're shooting suppressed, I have an Omega right there on the blackout. Actually, I can put it on either, but that really helps. It really does. And I really like it. The other main feature of why you would get an Airborne over the Super charging handle is the size of these. Now, there's two things I think that you're going to want to consider. My reason for getting the Airborne and not the Super charging handle, which I think would be more closely sized to a Raptor. So I'll go ahead and put those on top of each other so you can kind of compare the size difference. So maybe it's not super fair because I'm not comparing it to the Super, the Airborne to the Super, but here's the Airborne to a Raptor, and it's a little bit tighter in there. You can tell more on this side because that side's bigger on a Raptor. But basically, if you're ever training, if you're ever wearing a plate carrier, you're wearing gear, you might be aware of the fact that your charging handle can get caught on gear. So, okay, you know, you got mags in your front and you're moving around. I mean, your charging handle can catch. It just happens. And I don't like that. Catches you, kind of puts you off guard. Like, oh, caught a snag. So I got the Airborne because it's smaller, more compact. It's not going to get caught on your plate carrier as easily as, say, especially something like the BCM Gunfighter. This is the Mod 3. I think this might be the big one. the big latch one. And this one's okay, but this will get caught on everything left and right. This is the first non-standard charging handle I ever got. But this is going to get caught on gear left and right. The other thing to consider, while you might want the Super over the Airborne, is you might have big claw mitts, you know, and you might want bigger handles. Maybe you don't wear gear, so you don't care about that aspect. Another thing to consider is, God forbid you ever find yourself in a situation, you lose your fine motor skills really easily. So having that bigger charging handle, having big, you know, nice big gross motor skills, ways to, you know, manipulate your firearm, your rifle, might be better, you know. If you don't have the training or whatever, you know, you need your gross motor skills, and the Super charging handle over the Airborne might be better for you. You know, you got big claw mitts, you're worried about your fine motor skills and the heat of the situation, whatever. So there are different reasons for why you would, you know, want to get one over the other, and you got to kind of make that decision for yourself. You know, still love the Raptor. I'm just going to put that in an older rifle. But for the Blackout, for the Mark 18, I'm definitely going to have the Geissele in there. But, you know, the Raptor is still great, but it doesn't have that lip for when you have a can, and I do have a can. So I want that, and it does help. I've shot a can with this, and it does help. You can feel the difference not getting those gases blown in your face. This, the Gunfighter, I think they updated it so they got rid of the problem where you can get your finger, if you're not wearing gloves, you can get your skin pinched in the little, I don't know, in the hinge here. You can get your skin pinched in there, and that is not pleasant. If you get it in there too good, that's gonna pinch, and that's not that it's gonna ruin your day, but you know, get a blood blister or something. You know, still good, but doesn't have this, doesn't have the suppressor thing, the lip for the gases. And of course, you know, I'm not sponsored by Geissele on my tiny channel here, but you know, their triggers, I got an SSA and the SBR. You know, it's a Geissele trigger. It's great. Yeah. Anyway, so hopefully this video isn't too long, but you know, if you're thinking about getting a Geissele charging handle, just figure out, you know, what size you think might be best for you. You know, do I wear gear? Is it gonna get caught? Oh, maybe I want the Airborne, or maybe you got big bear claws, or you're worried about heat of the moment situation and you want to have bigger handles under a stressful situation, then get the Super instead of the Airborne. Up to you. Things you want to consider is all, but either way, yeah. I really like this upper, by the way, with the ASR. There's like 0 recoil. But yeah, it feels smooth when charging. It's great. Alright. Thanks for everybody for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time.